Let's talk about imposter syndrome. Okay? Imposter syndrome refers to individuals who believe themselves to be incompetent or unintelligent, despite the fact that they are not. Okay? But they tend to discount their achievements or attribute their success to strokes of luck. Okay? They tend to avoid asking for a promotion or a pay raise. They have a lack of satisfaction with completing a task until it's perfect. They avoid applying for jobs because they feel unqualified. They turn away help to prove to themselves and to others that they can get the job done. They have negative self-talk. They, reject praise and compliments from others. And they have an intense fear of failure. Now, it's estimated that about 70% of Black people experience these negative, invasive thoughts. However, women, especially Black women, are affected the most. Okay? Now, one of the things was negative self-talk, right? There's an imaginary voice telling you that you're not good enough. Okay? But for Black women, it's not an imaginary inside voice. There's no imaginary inside voice telling them, well, there is, but it's not the only thing that's telling them that they're not enough. It's not the only thing telling them that they don't belong. Because you walk outside every day and you are told that you are not welcome. You walk outside every day and you are told that you are not enough. And sometimes all you have to do is get out of bed and go into the living room and be told that you are not enough or that you do not belong. Because that non-imaginary voice comes up in the media where we see ourselves as sidekicks. It shows up in interpersonal relationships. It shows up in jobs. Jobs where you don't get the same pay because Black women are paid less. Where you don't get the promotions. What was it? For every 100 white men, 58 Black women get promoted. And that's compared to 85 white women getting promoted and 71 Latina women getting promoted. Black women, 58. So they don't see themselves in the executive suite, in the boardrooms. There's no representation. Everything has been set up to tell us that we are not enough and that we do not belong. Another factor, another thing that just reaffirms, bolsters imposter syndrome is the, once again, unique position that we have at the intersection of racism and sexism. Sitting at this intersection, we have to contend with the specific gender, racial messaging and stereotypes that we have to combat. The strong Black woman being one of them. Angry Black woman. Hypersexualized Black woman. And the invisible and silenced Black woman. These are things that we have to contend with every day. Black women who struggle with imposter syndrome, they share several common traits. The self-doubt. Because when you think you don't belong, you question everything that you do. Fear of being exposed as a fraud because you think you're a fraud. The inability to inability to own and internalize success because you don't think you're worthy. And then there are others like self-sabotaging via procrastination. I have not managed to self-sabotage effectively yet, so yay me. Negative self-talk. And perfectionism. And I would like to know how many other Black women raised their hands. I would like to know how many other Black women saw themselves in any part of what I just shared.